People are always asking us, what does a Ninja carry every day? And first off, very little. Ninja can't afford to have a lot of stuff weighting them down. So I try to keep everything in as small a package as possible. For example, everything should be able to fit into a container this size. At the most, on a 3-day trip, I'll bring a pack this size. But this would really be pushing it. If I was doing water ops, then I would bring a sack like this so that everything could dry out afterwards. Something that you could tuck into your belt and just have it hanging from your belt with all your gear. If I had to go away on an extended trip, I would take a bag this size, but this is if you had to move. This would be like a moving truck for a Ninja. So keeping in mind that you want to keep your gear to a minimum, we'll start out, of course, with throwing star. You got to have a throwing star. I like to carry a second Ninja mask. Along those same lines, a Ninja always has his gloves on, but you can never go wrong with a second pair of gloves. This set of gloves happens to have rocket boosters in the back of the knuckles, and it adds that extra Ninja power to a strike. And then it's also got glass reinforced glass knuckles, and everyone knows what glass knuckles can do. So having a good set of backup protection is just about all you're going to need. However, I do carry a couple of other things because there's still room in the pack. Switchblade, because you never know, you might encounter another Ninja. I like to carry a pair of Haida chucks. It's always good. And again, this is stuff that can stay in the bag, because you never know you are a Ninja. A sword is good, so having a sword is important. And again, you want to keep things small. In this pocket, I'll usually carry a couple of more throwing stars and a cutting laser. This is one of those cutting lasers that will cut through pretty much everything, better than a sword in some cases. In this other pocket, I have some night vision gear, which can see through walls and through darkness. I have another knife and a hand grenade. In this pocket, we're going to have a couple more throwing stars and a smoke grenade and a Sharpie. It's always a good idea to have a Sharpie. Ninja always carries a small pocket tool kit, and with this tool kit I can pretty much break into any type of building I might need to. Along those same lines, a lock pick, and with this lock pick, a Ninja could lock or pick any lock on the planet. Let's see, over in the belt I usually carry a nightstick, and over here behind that on the belt, a survival knife. You want a quality survival knife with a lot of options. So Ninja's going to have something like that with them at all times. Of course, there's also a sword, a longer sword, for prolonged sword fights, etc. Ninja's not all swords though. A lot of times you need to sneak up, so I carry this stun gun. Also on the belt. For electronics, I carry this smartphone PDA, and that's pretty good for doing any kind of electronic wizardry. It's always good to have a smartphone PDA available that can get to the internet stuff. If you need to really fight, you may need to put on a spiked bracelet. So a lot of Ninjas, including myself, will carry one of these EDC. It'll also get you into some bars for free. In this pocket, I'll carry a couple more throwing stars. Another interesting item is the Ninja Death Dice. if you ever plead for your life from a ninja and he says, I'm going to throw the death dice, what do you think happens when the skull comes up? That's right, death. The numbers 2 through 6 also mean death, so don't play dice with a ninja. In this pocket I've got another hand grenade, and a length of chain, because you never know what kind of fight you're going to be in. I'll carry another spare knife, because you can't have enough blades. I'll usually carry some throwing stars. I like to now carry this small remote-controlled helicopter for delivering poisons, and I also have it outfitted with night vision thermal lasers and cameras. So using my smartphone PDA computer, handheld computer here, it's also a charging unit for the helicopter, and then this just needs to be painted black. I had it at the shop, and I paint it white when I take it into the shop so they don't know it's for a ninja. I also carry some throwing stars. It's always a good idea to have some of those available. In this pocket, I like to carry this length of 2,000 feet of climbing rope, in black of course, and then a climbing harness and rig. In this pocket, I usually have room for both sets of nunchucks. Sometimes you gotta go with two nunchucks. And whenever you're sword fighting, it's always a good idea to have a pair of sais. So again, this is on a light day when you never know what you might encounter. We probably want to include a couple of throwing stars, because you're throwing these away. You can't have too many. You're always throwing them at other people. We do have another sword, just in case one of those other swords has a problem. This one is hand-hammered in Pakistan. This is sharp enough to cut almost any material. And in case you're fighting with a child or non-lethal, I like to carry a bamboo sword as well, because it's not always about the killing. Sometimes you need to keep them alive to interrogate them. This is a throwing star, but this isn't a throwing star. This is a ninja tool that I came up with and licensed to Colt a long time ago, and it's actually 3 flat-edge screwdrivers. Ultimately useful, and of course I can also use it as a throwing star. I do carry a smoke grenade, and I like to, just in case you are stuck somewhere, I carry one MRE. In addition to the blowgun, which is mandatory for all ninjas, you've got some darts. And then lastly, because it's not always sword fighting, you know, don't stereotype. Sometimes you need an expandable baton, or 2 as backup, and then just sometimes you drop them or you throw them, and a 3rd expandable baton is always a good idea. Once you've decided to not kill someone, some black duct tape is always important. And lastly, just in case you get into a fight in the hallway, I carry a 3-sectional staff. And except for these last couple of throwing stars, which I keep hidden, I think we're pretty much there. This is your typical ninja EDC.
The guys and gals of GunWebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thanks for watching GunWebsites.com.